Well, that weekend has finally arrived. The July weekend at 2026. It'll be destination Hollywood Betts of Greyville. That is on the 4th of July. And the race in the big one is race number 7, as per usual. And that is the focal point of a 12 race program. We'll discuss that and more with our analyst, Len Mayu, as well as Daryl Marie. Right now, let's go to PE Gqeberha, where once again the weather has played its part and has seen the meeting, which was carded for the turf, once again moved to the poly track. So without further ado, because we will be going through the scratchings as we go race by race, we introduce our man who has got all the aces, and he's now had to do double time because he's got to study for turf and then poly. It is none other than Nino Podesta. Nino, very good morning to you. Once again, we have that scenario which has been playing out, I think, successfully for the last 4 or 5 Fridays.
Good morning. Yes, Cecil, it's been switched to poly, I think, the last 5 or 6 meetings. So we're back on the poly track again today.
All right, let's be grateful that we can race, Nino, and let's go straight to the betting for the first leg of the bipod, which is race number 1. Here we've got the scratchings. That's his numbers are 2, 3, 7, as well as 14. 2, 3, 7, and 14 are all out. And let's go to 1 down 15, and that seems to be your Antipode's favorite. It is a poly specialist, it would appear, because it has the 3 career runs on the poly, and there's been improvement in each and every run. Where do you put that in your pecking order, Nino?
Cecil, I make that my first choice. The 2-year-old Eric, the red filly, she's only carrying 52 kilos and she's got that come-on look on the poly. She's going to run a massive race. And even though I would have preferred Greenpoint on the turf from a 2-draw, Marco van Rensburg up, you can't leave that out. And then I'm expecting big improvement from 2 horses. Just a pity that they are drawn a little bit wide, and that's number 8, Tipsy, that 1 run behind Late Delay stands out, and American Gem that's having his peak run in PE. So I've gone 4, 8, 9, and 15 in the first leg of the bipod.
4, 8, 9, and I've got 5, 8, 9, and 15, yeah?
5, 8, 9, and 15.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Nino. The outlay is 576 Rand, and it is off with that first of our 8 races at 12.25. Don't miss out on the bipod as per normal. Big dividends expected. 1 o'clock sees the start of race 2, and that means that popular place accumulator exotic starts with the running of a place, Soccer 6, 10, and 13. Maiden plate, and it's over the 2,000 meters. Just 1 scratching, and that is due to the change of surface, and that is the number 1, a Total Eruption. There is a form update from the midweek meeting coming through from Gqeberha, and that concerns the 2 Gutsy Baby. Now, that is over a distance of 1,600 meters and finished 6th, but just 4.20 lengths behind the winner, who was DD's Delight. It wasn't fancied, was at 25-1 was Gutsy Baby, so that was a gutsy performance. Now, because of the scratching off of the 1 Total Eruption, who was one of the fancied horses, there has been a little bit of a betting adjustment at the top, and the favorite now is Explosive Gift. That is the 3 was always favored, but has been adjusted down to 17-10. Number 4, that is a Night in Japan, and that is now adjusted to 5-2. 28-10 is number 2, Gutsy, after that decent run over during the week. And then the 5 is the last one we'll touch on, Lyrics and a Song, that is now adjusted to 4-1. Rest in double figures. Nino, as far as the race number 2 is concerned, the 1 horse Total Eruption, would that have performed part of your selections?
Yes, I would have given it a chance, definitely. This is such a weak maiden race, Cecil. But I'm prepared to disregard Explosive Gift's last run. I put a line through it, and also I think it was a bit short for her. I'll make that the horse to beat. Gutsy Baby, like you said, my only concern is that she did run on Wednesday behind DD's Delight. But I think on breathing, she's going to appreciate going up in distance, just depending on how she took that run on Wednesday. And I think 2 and 3 is good enough to survive the PA and the bipod. Obviously, the only other danger is Night in Japan. But if you have a look at the run behind the Woman in Gold, you'll see that Explosive Gift has got his measures.
Okay, so 2 and 3, that is Explosive Gift being the second of the two horses, but first choice and the 2, Gutsy Baby, after that Gutsy run midweek. And then there's a banker at the back who seems to be a very popular selection to win that last race. That's number 3, Honorine Skimming. So that is a race 2. 1 o'clock is the off time to that first leg of the PA race number 2. The Pick Six also coincides with our first handicap of the afternoon on the polytrack of Gqeberha, and that is race number 3. You can bet on us. The Ameritrade is 68 handicap over the 1600 meters. Lots of betting moves overnight. The 2 is now your favorite, albeit a weakish favorite. 5-2 is the 2 Silver of Sunshine. Was as big as 4-1, so it is hearty support. The antipode favorite last night was the 7 I'm the Buzz, who's now at 9-2. 11 space O is now at 15-2. It is 11-1 and better, bar those quoted runs of 3 being at 11-1, who's actually your best bet in the computer form for this Friday meeting, and that is courtesy of our selector, Trevor Reed, and that is the 3 Blackberry Breeze, who does seem to be biggish odds, Nino.
That's Cecil. That's my first choice in the race. I cannot believe he's 11-1 in this field. He's run some very good races over the 1600. So I think the Blackberry Breeze at 11-1 is very, very good value. Sliver of Sunshine ran a good race. My only concern now is a drop back down to the 1600. And the Buzz obviously has to be respected. But if you ask me for my selection here, it would be 3, 2, and 7. And then I give horses like Disruptive a chance. And I give this number 11 Space a chance. But for me, 3, 2, and 7.
3, 2, and 7, and there it is. That is Pick 6 written in numerical, the order 2, 3, and 7. And again, as was the case with the bipod and the PA, the outlay for that Pick 6 will be 576. Time you got to take note of is 13:35, race 3, and that is Fairview on a Friday. Right, so race 3 was an exception to the rule this afternoon, and there were no scratchings. Race number 4, happy to report that just the one scratching has come through thus far, and that is number 9, a Witching Hour. That actually came through this morning, again due to change of service. Now, looking at the betting, here we have a short price favorite, Made to Measure. First run was on the poly in the province. It races in the colours, familiar looks of Morris Fontaine. Relocated to the Anna Krief stable after putting up some decent runs over the 1600 here on the Highveld, whilst still with Alec Laird. Will be partnered once again by Richard Fourie. It is over the 1400, so it's been 1600s. 14 may just be up its alley, so to speak, and that is your favourite at 9-10 now, was at 12-10 overnight. 8 Fonty is at 9-2. It is 6-1 and better bar those. Nino, I spoke to you when Fonty was having its first run on the poly, and by now I thought it would be out of its maidens, but it's had 2 subsequent runs since that first run of the poly. Does show signs that it will be maiden not for too long, but when is that day coming?
Could be today, Cecil. You know, this is our open maiden, and even though Made to Measure is the right favourite, I think the bookies have priced him up right, but not 9-10. I think that's a bit skinny for me. The drop to distance is also a bit of a negative. He might appreciate the 1400, but I believe that he is better over further. And my only concern here is that he's got to give this horse that brings fair Cape Town form, Burning Desire, 6 kilos, and he's got to give 3.5 kilos to Fonte. I've gone in flat, Cecil. I'm not going to split them. I don't make Made to Measure a good thing, and I think the price is too short. So I'm going all 3 horses, which is Made to Measure, Burning Desire, and Fonte. They all go in my play.
Okay, and what are your thoughts? Is this a case of maturing with age and over more grounded, Take Me to the Moon? What have you made of Take Me to the Moon?
Yes, I liked it last time. She was a little bit disappointing, but she brought some fair Joburg form when she ran behind Japanese Garden. Now, Japanese Garden hasn't actually set the tracks alight in PE. She's still, I think she ran second and she ran on Wednesday. She ran a bad race on Wednesday. Uh, I don't know what to make of Take Me to the Moon, Cecil. Let's see how she goes today. But what I can say is that you've got to watch the Fleur de Ville form lines here as well, because there's from race 2, the Explosive Gift, Gutsy Baby, and another horse there, I'm Still Waiting, and Lyrics and Songs come out of that form line, and that will give you a better indication on the chances of Made to Measure if they do well in race 2.
Well, thank you very much for that comprehensive assessment of race number 4, Nino. Thank you very much. 1, 3, and 8, Jackpot 1 first leg, and that total outlay will be 96 Rand. Jackpot 1 gets underway, race number 4 at 10 past 2. Okay, so we get into the second half of an 8-race program, a meeting that has been relocated from the turf to the Poly in Quebec on this Friday, the start of a very special weekend, which will see us culminating with that last leg of the Winter Series here on the Highveld. Errol Flynn hopes to swashbuckle its way to back-to-back victories. But let's get back to Quebec. And we've got a 2-year-old that tops the boards, and that is number 6, Obsidian Star. That is currently priced up at 5 to 2. In fact, 22 to 10, 5 to 2. You can get about Obsidian Star. The second favorite is number 1, Oncidium, and that is at 33 to 10. It's 15 to 4 about the 2, Cherry O Baby, who's proving to be very consistent, 7 to 1 and better, bar those quoted runners. Well, no doubting about the fact that Obsidian Star comes out with the best form in the race, into the race. Would you say, obviously, Marchland is the best filly in the province at the moment?
Well, you've taken the words out of my mouth, Cecil. Obsidian Star, she's only been beaten twice. She's been beaten by the best filly in PE at the moment, Marchland. And Oncidium is unbeaten over course and distance. You've got to put both in. I can't split them. The one is a 2-year-old and only giving Oncidium 1 kilo with a apprentice allowance taken off the back of number 1 Oncidium. I make it an absolute boat race. I don't know which way it's going to go. It could be 1 from 6 or 6 from 1, but both have to go in.
Thank you so much, Nina. I think it's short and sweet, and it doesn't look like too much to trouble those two, although a consistent Cheerio Baby should make up trifectas and quartets. 1 and 6 is suggested by Nino, leg 1 of Jackpot 2, and that is the start of race number 5, off at 14:45. Happy to say that just the one scratching in race 6, which will see the start of our third last race on the afternoon, which means a last chance to get involved in a pick 3. The scratching is a Richard Fourie intended ride number 4, Hot Sauce, who had some solid form. That is a still a biggish field for race number 6, and it is stable companion to the scratching. Number 7, North Star, in those colours of Mr. P.J. Moore and Eric the Red, who is favourite. It is Charles Ndlovu aboard at 28 to 10. Number 1 is the one in the colours of the Hollywood Racing, and that is Make Believe, and that is at 11 to 2. Number 2 is My Dear Friend, and that's equally famous also the Fast Fontaine, and that is at 13 to 2, along with the 3, and that is Mystical Butterfly, that is also at 13 to 2. 10s and better bar those. All right, Mr. Podesta, different story to our preceding race. I like a horse here, and I would love to hear what you say, because it comes through with something very, very nice 2-year-old and partially 3-year-old Joburg form, and that's a certain horse, Arashi. We've seen those colours in PE do well. I just can't remember the horse that stood out as a young horse, but Arashi hopefully it does get to settle down and show some of its old form.
Well, hopefully, but if you can tell me what happened to it last time out, I don't see any reason why she ran such a bad race behind Kings again.
Yeah.
And on that run, I mean, even Mystical Butterfly has got it beat. And there are quite a few newcomers here, which will make this race interesting. You've got Owner Castle that brings fair Cape Town form. and you got Windsor Silk, and you got Bella Valentina, that I think was, if I'm not mistaken, with Kannemeyer in Durban.
That's right.
And she won first time out in Durban. So this is, and then went backwards. Cecil, from a one draw, North Star ran a cracker last time. I think he's the horse to beat. I respect Make Believe, and if my dear friend was drawn any better, I would have definitely given him a winning chance, which I still do. I've included it in the pick six, and then I like I own a castle that brings some fair Cape Town form to PE today. So 1, 2, 5, and 7.
That's a suggested trifecta boxed. And if you have the budget, maybe try that as a boxed exacta. You might just get good returns. That is race 6, start of the pick 3, last pick 3, and that is off at 3:20. We've got the last double to look forward to, which commences with our penultimate event, race number 7 in Gqeberha. It's a merit rate at 96, and that's over the 1,200 meters. A very important scratching come through this morning, and that is the 3 Roman Agent, who would have been first choice for Trevor Reed in computer form, as well as a recently relocatee. And what I say recent, this would have been in a, 4th run. But that is Sion the Conqueror. That is also scratched. But it's still a very nice competitive race. And just having a quick look at the betting, you've got number 4, Jokerman, Richard Fourie, Alan Khruyev, and the Vernus family. They team up, and that is at 33-10. You've got 7-2 about number 5, Black Egret, who's going for 3 on the trot. You've got 4-1 about number 9, and that is Stars in Heaven. That is at 4-1. And then, of course, they haven't actually adjusted that betting with the scratching off of the 3 Roman Agent. But nonetheless, let's work with what we've got. Mr. Podesta, Roman Agent is definitely scratched, but I see still showing on the betting boards on our sponsor's website. What do you make of race number 7? Because quite a few have met behind Black Egret in the last 2 victories that the latter has achieved, and they're bringing them closer together. What is your first choice?
I'm still going with Black Egret to win it again. The only horse that's quite better off at the weights with it is number 8, Champanel. Ran half a length behind Black Egret, but he's 5.5 kilos better off. But he jumped from a 9 draw. But Black Egret also jumps from a wide draw of 9. And then Guy Gibson has run against Stronger. They took it to Durban last time. But if you see earlier on, ran some very good races on the poly behind Mercantor, Anushka's World, and even Zenobi. The drop down to the 12, I think, is actually in his favour. So I put that in and Jokerman. Cecil, I think between 2, 4, 5, and 8, we'll have the winner. Probably, if people want to go wider, maybe add in number 9, Stars in Heaven.
Okay, so 2, 4, 5, 8, and 9 if the budget does allow. That is the latest trifecta boxed suggestion from Nino Podesta, and that is off at 5-4. One more to go, race number 8. We'll be back shortly. Okay, on to the Get Out Stakes, the curtain closer, but it is the last on the afternoon in Gqeberha before we prepare for tomorrow's big meeting in the KwaZulu-Natal region. Now, this race 8 is the merit rate of 68. 1,200 meters is a trip. We have lost one runner, and that is the 2 Icy Lancaster. And the reason, not change of surface, insufficient recovery time. Ran a decent race midweek, and that was only on Wednesday, so has been deemed not match fit to take up racing again 2 days later. But the betting, let's see. 10 runners left for this merit rated 68, and the favoritism right now is with number 3, and that is a popular selection. We saw Nino bank that in his PA in the last leg, and that is at 16-10. Honorina's Gimme, rather. Number 4, that is Real War, is at 4-1. It's 11-2 about the 5, the Evergreen Travel Master, 8-year-old Richard Fourie aboard. This will be his 18th run this last 12 months over on the 5, Richard. And then it is 11-2 about the 7 as well, and that is the Green Planet. All right, Mr. Podesta, banker the 3 in your PA, good enough to banker as the anchor in that trifecta and quartet you're going to suggest?
Cecil, this is my best bet on the card, but it's my personal best bet. I personally would banker it in my own pick six, but there is a danger, and I don't want the public to go out in the last leg, so I've put them both in. I think Green Planet is the biggest danger to Honorin's Gimme. I'm very strong on Honorin's Gimme. I have taken some multiples with it, and I am going to have a bet on it, but I'll wait till race time. Hopefully it drifts a little bit. And I can only see Green Planet beating it, or giving it a run for its money. So 3 and 7 in the public, in the weighted to win pick six.
3 and 7 in the weighted to win pick six, and there it is in the weighted to win PA. It was banker the 3 in the suggested weighted to win bet for race number 8. It is win number 3 Honorin's Gimme, and that is currently showing at 16 to 10. Well, thank you very much to Nina Podesta. He is now, I am sure, going to take his autocoms, if he hasn't done so already, into his personal choice for the July tomorrow. All right, that is Rebecca, starting the July weekend. It is 3rd July, and we are on the poly, and that is the first of 8, getting underway at 12:25.